Welcome to Anime Out of Context, a comedy review show where a man completely immersed in anime culture torments his co-host, who is only allowed to watch the shows featured here. If you'd like to support the show, you can do so at patreon.com/animeoutofcontext. Alongside over 100 hours of exclusive bonus material, all episodes uploaded to Patreon are completely ad-free, even to non-patrons. Thank you for listening, and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to Anime Out of Context, the show where I attempt to explain the sometimes weird, sometimes wonderful, but always hilarious world of anime.
And I watch Happy Feet Sephiroth Edition.
I'm Shaun Rollins.
I'm Remington Chase.
Oh god, Happy Feet Sephiroth Edition.
He just needs to learn how to dance.
Sephiroth?
Yep, with all the penguins.
He will never be a memory.
I think he just needs to loosen up a bit.
Yeah.
I think, here's my hot take, Sephiroth. Little uptight.
Oh, you think? He does have some severe mommy issues, I'll tell you that much. Oh god, I would watch that movie. Actually, I think I would watch any situation that Sephiroth is put in where he shouldn't be.
Just like awkward Sephiroth slice of life, it'd be pretty good.
And Sephiroth is the exact same. He's all full of himself, speaking in vague metaphors, being grandiose and evil the whole time. Meanwhile, Winnie the Pooh's just over there like, oh, would you like a smackerel of honey?
I'm just imagining, right? Imagine with me. The framing shot. It's a medium shot of Sephiroth. We see his face and his shoulders. He's giving a villainous monologue. We're gradually panning out, all right? Gradually showing more and more. As we gradually show more and more, there's just a penguin tap dancing right next to him. So we just see its little head bobbling up and down. We keep zooming out. It's just tapping away joyfully. It's having the time of its life as Sephiroth is giving just this big villainous monologue. And eventually, once we get the full frame and see the full penguin, Sephiroth cannot focus on his monologue anymore, and he must break acknowledge the dancing penguin.
I'm also picturing a penguin dressed up as Cloud.
Anyway, I'm sure that this is all highly relevant.
Oh, not at all. We couldn't be farther from relevance, honestly. No penguins, no Sephiroth. This week's anime, not even close. The only thing that this week's anime and our little story we just told have in common is the idea of telling stories. Which you're going to quickly realize is very relevant. Because, Remington, we have just finished up the spring 2026 season. Ended at the middle to end point of June, and we are slowly starting into the summer season. However, not a lot in the summer season has fully aired quite yet. We don't quite have enough to make a full episode out of any of the shows that I wanted to cover that would at least be interesting to talk about, or funny to watch you react to at the very least. So instead, I wanted to talk about my favorite seasonal from the spring 2026 season. Knowing full well that I have a strong bias towards this particular show. Because it's an adaptation of my current favorite manga that's airing that isn't One Piece, because One Piece is kind of... I can't help it. One Piece is at the top of everything.
Sure.
So today, Remington, we are going to be talking about a little show called Akane-Banashi.
I love me a good Banashi.
Do you? Do tell, Rem, what is a Banashi? Don't... Hey, no Googling. I hear you click-clacking away. You use your brain. Use your words.
It is... See, I was going to give an answer, but then it would be censored. Because I was going to talk about a certain franchise. It is a really good breakfast burrito.
Oh, yeah? What's in this burrito?
No specifics.
No specific. It's just the if you have a breakfast burrito that's particularly good, it's a banashi.
Yeah. It's not a trash breakfast burrito. It's just a good breakfast.
Okay, so the full title of Akane-Banashi would translate to what exactly?
It's Akane, that's the protagonist, and they make the best breakfast burritos.
I hate how you're accidentally correct about something.
Am I correct about it being breakfast burrito?
Oh, no, of course not. As far as I'm aware, there's no Japanese word that specifically is for a good breakfast burrito.
So I assume that I was correct about Akane being the name.
That is correct, yes.
Less interesting of the two, but sure, go off.
I mean, I could figure out the exact meaning of Akane's name if that'll make you feel better.
Is
but
Banashi just also their name? Is that their full name?
No.
Okay.
Banashi is kind of an older way of saying, I believe it's it's kind of derived from Hanashi, which is kind of like a story, essentially. So the easiest way to describe this title is quite literally Akane's story.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, I do like stories, so yeah, sure, why not?
Well, hey, then that's great, because what this story is about stories, funnily enough, Rem. Because Akane-Banashi is a story about our main character, Akane Osaki, who I had to double check her last name because it's not how she's referred to in most of the show for specific reasons that may or may not be described later. But Akane is a young girl who wants to be a Rakugo artist. Tell me, Rem, do you know what Rakugo is?
You're actually mispronouncing it. It's Rakugan, and it was the predecessor of Bakugan. It's actually sort of like the ancient equivalent of Bakugan, where they got bored of Go, and they were like, what if we were able to throw the Go pieces on the board haphazardly, and they were able to spring out? That'd be kind of neat. And so that was Rakugan.
I mean, there is an anime that is like about Go the game. Like,
but it's not. Rakugan isn't Go. It's a modified version of Go.
Oh,
right?
I see.
And it's what Bakugan is based off. You got Go, Rakugan. Sometimes called Rakugo because of that connection, but Rakugan is the link there, and then Bakugan.
Man, the only thing you got right in there is that is the ancient part.
It's not related to Bakugan at all?
Not at all. Not even close.
Shame.
You didn't enjoy Bakugan, though. You specifically had a lot of issues with Bakugan.
Yeah, but if you were like, hey, this is some weird story-focused shit about ancient Bakugan, I was gonna say it'd be a really weird direction to go, then I just remembered that's what Yu-Gi-Oh does. That's just what Yu-Gi-Oh does.
Because that's what I know. Ancient Egyptians solved everything through card games.
Yeah, actually.
That is just Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, you just want more
great.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Weekly reminder, Yu-Gi-Oh's fucking wild.
Oh, yeah. And it only gets wilder as things go on. As I have learned from researching like potential Yu-Gi-Oh episodes.
Anyway, who's getting sent to the Shadow Realm in this show?
Oh, man, nobody. Well, actually, there's somebody that Akane would love to send to the Shadow Realm. That being Isho Arakawa. Now, who is Isho Arakawa? Isho Arakawa is kind of like the head of a big Rakugo group that ultimately kicked Akane's father out of the Rakugo group for a performance, essentially expelling them from the school so that they can't perform as a professional Rakugo artist. And the story is Akane journeying to become a Rakugo artist to hopefully show this grumpy old fool that her father's style of Rakugo is a great form of Rakugo. Now,
all right, I realize we never actually defined Rakugo beyond my bullshit.
Exactly. So
that's what we're all imagining now.
Exactly. Which, based on that description, it does sound like some Yu-Gi-Oh nonsense, doesn't it?
It does.
But no. Rakugo Rem is the ancient art of Japanese storytelling, essentially. You go up on a stage and you tell stories and you make people laugh. It's an old school storytelling performance art. And
sure.
Yeah. And it's just a story of Akane wanting to become a Rakugo artist to, quote unquote, avenge her father while also wanting to just show off how wonderful and great storytelling as a whole is and like the beauty and the art of Rakugo. And I genuinely love this series with a burning passion.
Now, here's the thing. Yeah. I think this is a neat concept. Here's my dilemma. They're gonna need some bomb-ass stories told in some bomb-ass ways, and I'm highly skeptical of most anime's ability. Like, most anime are gonna struggle to do that on sort of like the base level of like their story, right? Let alone when you then are like, and then we want additional stories to be told.
Well, you don't have to worry about that because the stories that are being told are classic folk tales, essentially.
But I mean, they still need to be told in a bomb-ass way. If you're just telling them like everybody else is telling them, kind of what's the point?
Well, and hey, guess what the show is all about, my guy? Telling these stories in a way that is interesting and fun and entertaining, while also, progressing the storylines of these characters.
That's what I'm saying. That's a high bar for any show, especially because most shows struggle with that just on the base level of their own story. That's not a great story, not well told for most anime. And then if you're like, and now tell this extra story, and in a neat way. I hope it's successful, but it's a high bar that most anime would not come anywhere near clearing. Well, and this anime needs to do both.
And I personally think it does, because I think it's very good. And it's a story about passionate people telling stories in a passionate way.
Hell yeah.
And, a little bit of extra of that, like, good old-fashioned anime revenge story being thrown in for fun. Because, how would you feel if, like, the person who taught you storytelling and the joys and love of storytelling was called a sham and a hack and essentially barred from ever performing professionally ever again because of
I guess
a
I would
bias.
be very curious on what constitutes a sham and a hack.
Yeah, man, oh man, it definitely seems like it's bias of an old man who's in charge of everything.
But, like, what even are the accusations?
Well, you'll just have to see. It's essentially a case of... So the exact situation is a performance that is advancing their rank in the society so that they can properly represent everything as a professional in the sphere. Because there are different ranks too.
And Grandpa was sort of like the Carrot Top of his day, using a bunch of props, getting wacky with it. And it's like, oh man. And like, even though a bunch of crowds were entertained by it, the critics and stuff were like, this guy is, I mean, come the fuck on. Look how reliant he is on these props. Look at his fucking red ass hair. Oh my god. Ugh.
Man, do you think Carrot Top is a great performer?
No, I'm not particularly impressed by anything I've seen of Carrot Top. However, all I'm saying is I think that could be one way that some elitist critics in this show could criticize somebody for being a hack, even if it were popular with the public.
I see. Well, it's not quite like that, but hey, it's much easier to watch and see because that is part of the question is...
All right, let's see Grandpa Carrot Top. I'm so ready.
Okay, it's her father, first and foremost, not Grandpa.
Her Daddy Carrot Top. Daddy Carrot Top.
I don't like Daddy Carrot Top. That doesn't feel good.
Daddy Carrot Top getting defeated in Ancient Bakugan and getting sent to the Shadow Realm. These are my expectations for the show now.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
This is what I am ready for.
Man, oh man, you are a pain in my ass, Remington. Do you know that? I tried to be genuine with you. I tried to tell you about a show that I genuinely enjoy and I loved reading the manga for. And then you come at me with fucking Daddy Carrot Top, like ancient...
Sincerity is met with sincerity. I'm being authentic, right?
Your authenticity is authentically insulting, sir. But without further ado, let's just go straight into it. Let's go watch some Akane-Banashi. And we are back after watching the first 5 episodes of the 2026 anime, Akane-Banashi. So tell me, Rem, are you interested in telling more stories, or are you going to make me sad for criticizing one of the shows I enjoyed this season again?
Shaun, I'll be honest, this just made me extremely nostalgic for teaching, especially. Just
interesting. Why is that?
Why you gotta be so sus out of the gate? Why can't you
Why do I gotta be so sus out of the gate? Because, Rem, you usually, whenever you start out super honest and genuine about something, it's usually because you have a funny punchline lined up right after, designed specifically to punch me in the dick.
Can a man not be sincere? Can a man not just be earnest on the podcast?
They can, but if that man is you, probably not.
Sacre bleu!
I mean, prove me wrong right now. Are you being honest and sincere?
Of course! One would argue I always am. But it makes me nostalgic for especially teaching because, I have taught performance, speech, debate, acting, character work. I've taught, like, every single facet discussed in this show.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a show about the things that you and I love.
Yes. And, like, I have specifically talked about these things. Hell, very, very notably in speech and debate, also known as forensic. There's a few relevant events. There's the interpretation events, which have a lot of commonality here. Dramatic comedic duo. There's also, of course, just a more niche, not at every tournament, but there's a storytelling event, right? Where you take a story. It has to be a published story. Can't be an original or anything. And you tell it. I only had the opportunity to enter into storytelling one time, and you're damn right, your boy sweeped.
I mean, in fairness, like, having gone to the same high school together, competition for speech and debate was, let's just say, limited.
Hey, well, the contests aren't just... Look, our high school was always the underdog. But when you're competing, it's not just with your own school. You're competing against everybody
It's true.
who shows up at the tournament. All right, so you're competing against the schools that give a shit, the schools with funding.
Oh, it's true. Like, me and Ren went to a high school that, for having a very passionate arts department, also had the most underfunded arts department of anything in our school district.
And let me tell you, the arts department, it looked grandiose compared to the speech and debate department. Okay, there were so many tournaments. We were a nice big school. We were categorized as the biggest type of school. Right, it was just in grades or categories, and we were in the biggest category, the most amount of students, and what that meant is we would often end up competing against the other really big schools. Now, here's the thing, Shaun. Those schools often would have like specific coaches for specific events, which is a luxury we didn't have because at so many tournaments, it was like 5 students from our school. It's just like a small handful showing up and being like, all right. I still remember my first year was like, I think it was my first tournament, right? I had to learn an event just by myself because none of the older students nor the coach had any experience with the event. So I just had to fucking Google, which is a hell of a way to learn something, like in the vein of public speaking where, oh God, that's not something you want to, nor really can learn just through Googling, but that's what I fucking did. And towards the end of the tournament, I'm talking to like somebody from a different school, and we were having a good time. They were like, "Oh shit, I have to go to talk to my coach for this specific event." And I was like, "Motherfucker, you have a coach for this specific event? My coach didn't even know how to coach this event at all. What the fuck?" And that's the kind of thing we were dealing with at our school.
Yeah, which is it's extra funny because in the glorious state of Utah, there are like highbrow schools that put so much funding into their art departments. There's even schools dedicated primarily to artistic studies, like as like alternatives to standard high schools that people went to.
Oh yeah,
and would participate in these events.
Like genuinely, our look. Our school would always get our asses whooped in basically almost everything we did, and there were only a handful of small exceptions with that. But nonetheless, like it brought me back to coaching these exact same principles, because one of the things about this show is it gets into the process, it gets into the procedure, gets into the nitty-gritty, gets into the details. It's clear that it comes from a place of knowledge and passion, and I'm just like, fuck yeah, dude, because all of this shit is shit that I'm all about. And not just in the abstract, but in that nitty-gritty. Now, that being said, all right, I don't know if I'm confident it's a good show. I don't know if it's a great show. I really like it because it's about the shit I like, and it goes into detail about the shit I like.
Right.
If you're not interested in that kind of thing, I think this is probably a lackluster show. It has some pretty decent characters, a very generic story where it's all just about, being the very best like no one ever was, this time with just a little bit of avenging your dad. And the inciting incident with the dad getting expelled and everything, that is strong and evocative, and that it's a really good moment. Well done, well crafted. But I think overall, this is like a mid to good show that, if you're interested in the subject matter in one way or another, becomes a really good show.
I mean, Rem, I told you at the start of this this episode that, hey, this is my favorite show from this season, and also I'm incredibly biased. So,
yes. And I said I was, because it's in my wheelhouse, as I mentioned in part 1, and because it's all about like growing and learning about it, I was gonna be really focused on it. And no, it fucking nails it. It demonstrates that there's so many different styles of telling the same story, working within the norms, but also shaking them up, right? I mean, in one of the little epilogue bits, they even go into the philosophy about taking off the little robe that they have on, because they're in the traditional garments and then also an additional little cloak, basically.
Yeah, no, it goes into the deep nitty-gritty,
and it's like, oh, it can add emphasis, it can be a moment's break, blah blah blah. And it's like, hell yeah, I'm all in on that shit. But at the same time, it's not like I believe that shit is like propelling the narrative forward, right? Like it's not it's not telling a particularly deep story with these things. I just love these things. The story itself, like, I mean, in these 5 episodes, it more or less amounts to Akane has started to make some decent progress, learned a couple things, and had midterms. There's not like a ton that's like, oh wow, that's such an interesting plot point. And even like we met a handful of side characters and kinda who gives a shit. Like Akane is a strong character. Everyone else is just kind of there for the most part.
There's, as is the mantra here, they get more time as things go on, but it is very much the Akane show first and foremost right now.
Well, sure, but we're 5 episodes in.
Yeah. And it is I believe at the time of this recording, let me just double check. This is also one of those stories that I had been looking forward to for a long time because I have been reading the manga week to week. Yeah, it's up to chapter 213 in the manga, so there's a lot to go on.
I kind of don't really understand how.
You don't understand how any story is long, Rem.
No, but I understand how some stories go long. This one is on the more confusing end because it just seems extraordinarily straightforward story-wise.
It gets more complex as it goes.
I don't even know, but why, kind of? Like, I'm just...
Well, it's hard to say without telling you what happens.
It should be a simple story told in a straightforward but well-done manner. I don't think they need to complicate it.
Well, they complicate it in terms of adding more characters and the different motivations and the different methodologies, as well as the more complex details of the art of Rakugo as you progress
but once again,
through.
the more complex details of the art of Rakugo, that's the shit I'm enjoying about the show. That ain't the plot, though. That's just, like, additional things. And you can be like, well, the plot is just learning all of those things. I guess, but it does...
The plot is a combination of experiencing those things, learning those things, and also using those things to ultimately emotionally prove that her father's storytelling is a viable way of storytelling and such. And there's lots of emotions, and there's lots of character growth and motivation for the different characters as they progress. Rem, this is a sports anime. First and foremost, this is a sports anime. This is the first sports anime you've admitted to liking. Congratulations.
It's because it's just about the only one that I think is well done with the material. In part because instead of just kind of like BSing some bullshit about like what's happening there, the principles it discusses are directly applicable. You directly understand them. Not everybody is going around playing volleyball, but everyone is told stories. Everyone can understand that on a visceral level, right?
But not everybody is going to be super excited about how you adjust your clothing to tell a story.
I maintain that. Like, it's... I maintain that my biases are a significant reason of why I like this, and if you don't share those biases, frankly, I think you can easily walk away with being like, I don't know, kind of a bland, generic show. And I'd be like, yeah, the thing that makes it not generic is the thing I'm very biased towards. And if you don't give a shit about that, you know, what are we gonna do? It's just the nature of things. Shaun?
If we were in a different world where you were a volleyball fan, the Haikyuu fans wouldn't be pissed at you.
Yeah. Well, and even then, I would probably end up saying similar things, being like, I like the volleyball, but also everything else pretty weak, right? And I might still end with the conclusion I like it because volleyball. But like, I recognize my biases, and my biases aren't blinding me. My biases change how I feel about a thing, but they don't blind me to the reality of that thing. All right. In this case, we have a mid to good show that I really like because of those biases, and I think it handles those things in an impressive way. So, Shaun, the real question, when are you and I going to compete in a little Rakugo battle against one another, a little contest.
About the same time we finished that Karuta match.
Hey, technically we did if you squint.
If you squint really, really hard.
Ages ago, we kind of did, but didn't.
Mm-hmm. I still have the cards. They are still like sitting like with all my game stuff right now.
but see, this would have less of a learning curve.
Oh yeah. I mean, we don't have to memorize.
This would have
poems,
This would have less of a learning curve and would be more entertaining to watch. Because also, look, the Carto match wouldn't actually be that exciting to watch. It'd be fun that it exists, but it would be shit content. Meanwhile, Rakugo, our little Rakugo battle, that could be fun to watch because we would be telling stories.
It would require you to learn some traditional Japanese stories, though, my guy.
That's fine. Besides, I can shake them up however I want, dude.
Yes, because as we all know, the rules are just a suggestion for you.
Hey, have you learned nothing from Akane's dad? All right, you gotta bend it a little.
Okay, yeah. And that works in that regard, but the way you bend rules, Remington, and especially when we played tabletop RPGs together, is you're so much. It's more so. It's like, this is a hard and fast rule that you do not break under any circumstance. But what if we broke it specifically for this one player who I know can take it?
Yeah, 100%. Well, and you'll be unsurprised to hear that. Like when I was competing in speech and debate and things like that, I would look for any excuse to do shit like that. I would look for any fucking excuse to break a rule, but in a meaningful, interesting way.
Yeah.
And I can't think of a time where it blew up in my face. I think every time I did that in the realm of speech and debate, I think it worked out pretty well. See, so
I've seen a recent Patreon post where people are livid at you, but hey.
What do you mean they're not livid? They love it. Stretching and bending the rules, I think that if anything, especially in the realm of storytelling, that makes for more interesting stories. All right. I think the people are clamoring for it. I think the people are interested. They want to see you remove your robe.
That's something else entirely. They're not wanting to see that for me telling them a story. They're looking to watch me shame myself on full display.
They want a nice sensual story.
I don't think I can do those. I think I'm best at like awkward comedies rather than that. I don't know if I think like some of the more silly like old school stories would probably be more in my realm. I don't think people want a serious one or a sexy one from me.
I think they're all looking for a sexy one from. They want it to be as sensual as possible.
But aside from your twisted desires manipulating our audience,
I don't know what you mean.
Overall, biases aside, this is a pretty entertaining show.
I think it is well constructed for what it wants to be. While I think the narrative is a little bit thin, I also don't think that's where the focus is. I think not just that it explores the process, but how it explores the process is in a very intelligent and meaningful way. And I especially find that neat about it. Even without the biases there, I can acknowledge that it's explored in a well executed manner. I think it would probably be a little bit better of a show if like the narrative and characters were a bit more vivid, a bit stronger. They're not bad. It's all a lot of it is just fine, right? And I love the bits that are more than fine. And I'm fine with the bits that are just fine. There's not much I can't think of anything that's actively bad about it. It's just that there's a lot that's mid, but that isn't the focus of the show.
Yeah, well, speaking of which, do you have any thoughts on how it's visually presented to us? The animation, the quality of the actual visual motion aspect of it? Because I've mentioned before, it's a very pretty manga for what it's trying to do.
It's a very pretty show, and one thing I think it does very well, bringing people into the stories, but even more so, like its displays of sort of stage fright, anxiety over performance, presentation, public speaking, all of those things. It does that very well. It looks very good.
So the
asterisk that, and then a side character will show up and they'll have a surprising amount of lines considering how under-designed they are. Like, it's just, the difference is stark between especially Akane and a couple others, is all I'm saying. All right?
Which character are you referring to?
Well, I mean, frankly, multiple, but like Akane's friends got introduced, and it was just like,
oh yeah, her friends don't matter. Don't worry about them. There's one friend that is fairly relevant.
Yeah.
Because he's supportive. But man, oh man, do they get tossed by the wayside as the show goes on, and it's way more about the Rakugo world and the people involved directly in that world.
But like Akane is so much more designed.
I mean,
than
yeah,
anybody
like,
else. We see like Kyoji, we see to a certain extent her dad, but at least her dad has a little bit of personality there. The only other character that's even close to being as on the same level of like effort put into the design is some random twink we found. in like episode 2.
Random twink, you say?
He's a random sensual twink. I don't know what to tell you.
Random sensual twink.
That's his thing. They emphasize that's his thing.
Yes, that is in fact Kaisei Arakawa. That is not an inaccurate way to describe him, I'll tell you that much. It's just a little unexpected, especially at the point where I'm at in the manga.
It's just correct, okay?
Well, I mean, yeah, no, like, I didn't picture him as having just the pinkest pink hair ever, but you know what? He does.
Really pink hair.
Like, and then when I went back and looked at the color spreads, I was like, oh yeah, it is kind of pink, isn't it? It's just extra pink in the animation, which is very funny. It's like, oh, yep. Kaisei, that is one pink-haired twink right there.
And even then, he's still not even close to the level of like design effort to Akane.
Well,
which isn't a huge flaw, but it is humorously notable. They're like, look, pretty anime girl, and then they're like, oh, and others, I guess.
Yeah, but we adore Akane, so it makes up for it.
Akane is great.
And look, the pink highlights in the hair, perfect. They're wonderful. It's not full pink twink like you've pointed out, but you know, it's it's definitely something.
See, that's how we know the twink is
superior, because he has more pink in the hair.
More pink, superior twink. That's what I always have said. It's been a long time. Rule of thumb for me.
The more pink, the more twink. It's just it's an immutable fact.
Not the more twink, superior twink.
The superior twink. I see. So it's not quantitative, it's qualitative.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Like, you know, like if you go to Walmart, you're not going to see much pink in the twinks there. But if you go to like a high-end store,
the quantity of pink correlates to the quality of twink.
I see. You know, these queer math problems are getting out of hand. It's hard to keep up with. Gonna need to start writing all these down just to make sure that we're staying on top of things, really.
Oh, fucking hell. So yeah, overall just a solid show that actually handled its topic, which easily could have gone wrong for a million different reasons, with respect, care, and intelligence to a much greater degree than I ever could have hoped for, and I love it for that. Yeah.
So the studio that is behind this show is one that we've only covered once before.
Oh.
Yes, Studio Zexus, is I believe how you pronounce it.
Cool.
And the only thing that we've covered from them is a Yuri anime from a few years back, Asagao to Kase-san, which I believe, if I remember your criticisms on it, were like, it's fine, but a little generic.
I don't remember. It doesn't ring a bell.
That's essentially that's why I had to give you that clarification, because I knew you wouldn't remember. So it's basically like we've never covered the studio before, even though, you know, that little Yuri anime is nice and cute. You probably need the actual spelling if you're going to search your notes.
I'm trying my damnedest.
Here you go. There it is.
Apparently it has a notable GIF that you've sent me a million times.
Possible. I'm trying. Let me think. Oh, yeah. There's like a GIF of someone excitedly kicking their feet that I think I've sent you once or twice. That's something along those lines. But yeah, no, I brought it up fully understanding that you would not remember it. But I bring it up because so far this seems to be one of their highest rated things that they've done. So the question is, Rem, what do you think this is a good representation for a new turning point for the studio that's only been around for 20 years, give or take? But and also, what do you think the weebs think of this show? Because, like I said, I've got a strong bias for it. You've got a strong bias towards it. What do you think more generic weebs are thinking about it?
All right. Here's my immediate thoughts. The Japanese weebs are gonna like it because
Japanese weebs.
Because
those French francophiles, you gotta.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you not remember any terms I've taught you over the years?
I remember the term just fine. I'm breaking the rule.
Oh, I see.
See previous discussion. So I think they will like it because they'll be like, oh, talking about Rocky, that's neat, a little bit of cultural intrigue. The like Western weebs are going to be like, yo, a culture thing that hasn't been discussed a lot. Oh my God. And they're going to jizz their shorts for it. It's pretty, which is one of the single most relevant criteria for weebs to rate something highly. While the narrative is kind of whatever, that's one of the lower factors for weebs. Meanwhile, a charming protagonist, especially if they're a girl, that also scores highly. I don't know, man. 8.17?
Is that your final answer?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Just don't seem so confident.
I feel like I've had a decent amount of misses lately, so I'm just hoping. I've gotten a couple relatively close, but I'm just hoping to get another bang on ideally this year. If we can get, I think I've done it twice.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to do it a third time by the end of the calendar year.
All right. Well, Rem, currently at the time of this recording, Akane-Banashi only has just shy of 20,000 ratings, which is incredibly few, in my opinion. But
so I'm also like, I don't know, man. Is this a mass market appeal kind of thing, or is it more of a cult classic?
It's in Shonen Jump, if that helps.
What the fuck? Yeah. I don't understand Shonen Jump at all. I don't know shit about Shonen Jump.
I told you it was a sports manga.
Yeah, it's just dumb. That's a weird one.
Yeah, well, hey, man, I can't. That's the demographic it's aimed at. So, hey, there you go. But yeah, no. With those 20,000 ratings, Akane-Banashi is sitting nice and pretty at 7.94.
Okay. So it's up there. Not quite as high as but it's up there.
It's definitely one of the shows that aired in the spring season that not as many people latched onto because, go figure, it's a story about storytelling and only hyper-specific nerds are going to be interested by that premise alone. But the people that do watch it tend to really like and enjoy it for basically all the same reasons you and I do. And people who are less critical of, good old-fashioned shonen sports-style anime will also latch onto it once they realize that's in fact what it is. Just, with a charming protagonist, and it's a solo sport, which you don't get as many of those as possible. There is, of course, group sports as well in it, because the idea of telling stories with multiple people on stage, but by and large, Rakugo, as depicted here, is a solo art, as it were. Makes it unique and interesting enough that people latched onto it, and the people who like it really like it, and the people who like it a lot were probably the people already reading the manga in the first place. Because like I said, I started reading the manga when it first came out, 4 years ago, something like that. And every time, it's quite literally next to One Piece, one of my favorite things to read week to week. I'm just so excited every time I get a new chapter because it's oh, I'm in for a cool spread of artistic interpretation of stories. I get to see how Akane improves. I get to see the people that she meets along the way and how she's progressing in her ultimate goal of, showing, becoming the Rakugo artist that she really wants to be. Top of the line. And it's great. It's wonderful. And I'm having a great time. But if people don't have that entry point to it, people aren't as immediately going to jump into it, because this also aired at the same time as Witch Hat Atelier, which, as we both know, was kind of the standout show of that particular season, and the thing that people immediately all latched onto and were talking about.
There's one I like more, but I recognize there's one that has broader appeal.
Yeah. And that's just kind of where we are sitting. So hey,
But once again, this isn't in the category of I know it sounds niche, but actually no. It's like I know it sounds niche, but specifically if it sounds interesting, then you'll like it. Some things are like I know it sounds niche, but give it a go. This is in the category of I know it sounds niche because it's kind of niche. I know it sounds niche because it is.
But hey, niche things are fun. Y'all are listening to an anime podcast. That's niche.
I mean, I tend to prefer the niche shit. All right, I love the niche shit. I love the weird freak shit.
How do you feel about the niche of people calling niche? How do you feel about that particular niche?
I think if they're doing it as a stylistic affectation, then I support them, even though I would get frustrated by it. If they simply don't know how the word is said, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's all got to learn some way or another.
And what if we're saying it wrong, Rem? What if that's the truth?
We say so many words wrong on this podcast, basically nonstop. In fact, I don't know if we've ever said a word correctly on this podcast. I don't know. I think we've just been doing our own special dialect of English for good 400 episodes now.
It's just Simlish at this point, is what you're saying?
Yeah, well, it's just like it's just our thing. It's just
yeah. Nobody talks quite like us, you know. Yeah. All right, fair enough. But yeah, that by and large, the people who knew what they were going into watching it loved it for the most part. Like the people who criticize it for the most part are just like, oh, I don't like this thing it's talking about, when that's the whole show that they're talking about.
I mean, and that is reasonable. Some shows are able to transcend their subject. I don't think this one is. I don't think it's trying to, but I don't think that it does.
Well, hey, I'm of the opinion that you should give it a try anyways, because I like the niche shit, because obviously I do.
I'm of the opinion if it sounds neat, then check it out. Otherwise, probably skip it.
And yet, the final question that does need to be asked for you, Rem, is there any chance you'd like to watch some more Akane-Banashi with me?
Yeah, I'd definitely be down. I'd be worried if it gets more plot focused because I might lose interest then. But until that happens, yeah, I'm interested.
Hey man, I've been hooked for over 200 chapters, so yeah, no.
I don't respect your anime opinions.
You're a scoundrel, you know that? You're a real scoundrel.
I respect your anime opinions more than I do most weebs, but but it's still unworthy of respect overall, right? Like it's
I see. It's still in the negative, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it'd be like a couple of chefs, right? And it's like I'd prefer you to cook me a meal than them, but at the same time, if I'm being honest, I don't want to eat what either of you guys are serving.
Man, you always got to find a way to pick a fight, even when you're ultimately positive about a show, huh?
You agree with me more than the weebs do.
Yes, because I am hypercritical of most of the things I watch.
But you also are a weeb and love anime, and so it's your fatal flaw.
Oh, I see. My Achilles heel is that I like the thing that we talk about week to week.
Yeah, we've known this for 400 episodes.
The reason I'm sad and alone is because, man, oh man, guy just talks about anime too much.
Yeah, just like C podcasts.
I have had to remove podcasting from any mention of any dating profiles whatsoever, so, you know.
Oh, yeah, because...
the second someone's like, oh, you have a podcast? Time to go.
Yeah,
especially in the glorious state that we live in, which is far too red for its own good.
So like the best case, most likely scenario is that they're like, oh, hell yeah, but then they're actually one of the fashy weebs, and it's like, oh no.
Yeah, and like at that point, that's when I need to run away, because it's like if they're suddenly excited about this thing that I do, it's like, oh no, oh no, now I've got to be nervous. And then if they're freaked out by it, it's like, yeah, of course you are. I'm a white podcaster. What?
Yeah, white anime podcaster. It's a rough mix.
White
it's a rough mix.
Like despite people trying to more and more pointing to trans Shaun allegations, I am still the most stereotypical demographic for podcasting.
For now, all right, we're working on cracking that egg.
Egg cracking, yeah. Yeah, nope. got the one thing I do hope is that while I can take the jokes and the goofs, is that I hope our audience don't take those jokes and goofs to people who aren't comfortable with that, because that would be the worst case scenario.
Oh yeah, let's be clear. Shaun is a special case because despite his protestations, he is eager to be cracked, as he has confided in me in personal DMs.
Sure.
And thus I give everyone permission. But otherwise, like nobody else you can do that with. I can tell you all that, like, oh yeah, he's into it, but
yeah, no, my abuser always has to make sure that people know that it's okay to abuse me specifically, but anybody else, it's not cool.
Well, see, and that even what he's saying right now, that's part of what he likes about it. Once again, he's confided in me all of these things in private messages.
A couples therapist would have a field day with us. We just can't tell them that we're not a couple.
It's true. Oh no, I guess we have to fuck on the therapy couch to prove to the therapist we're a couple. Oh no, what a conundrum!
Oh no. And you say you aren't picking things up from anime.
Oh Lord.
So with that in mind, that long tangent aside, thank you all so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. If you enjoy Rem getting a lovely little treat of a hyper niche thing he enjoys, don't get used to it, but then if you did like, please head on over to wherever you get your podcast and leave us a review. They mean the world to us, and we do read every single one. It's weird to say, but 5-star reviews on podcasting platforms are way more effective than you think they would be.
It's true.
Because podcasting is such a weird, like, side niche for most entertainment. And the fact that most podcasting gets listened to off of not YouTube, essentially, means that going through those review processes can help them grow exponentially and thus them more seen on those other platforms. It's been a while since I brought that up, so I figured, might as well. They mean a lot to us. We do read every single one, so please help us out. And if that is still not enough for you, twitch.tv/anime-out-of-context, where myself, Dylan, and Remington occasionally play video games very poorly. I recently just started playing Persona 3 on stream. The Persona 3 remake specifically. Why? Because Persona 4 remake is coming out, and I'm excited for that. And also because I love Persona. And if that is still not enough for you, patreon.com/anime-out-of-context, where I gain access to all kinds of lovely bonus material, including the opportunity to be thanked live on the podcast. So, Rem, who we thanking this week?
Well, as always, we would like to send our regards to all of our bland bitch protagonists, as well as our magical girls, who we really appreciate. But moving on, we get to our yandere waifus, who are instilling in us a great fear of Manju. And on that list, we have... You ever wonder why we're here in this box canyon scene, but it's across the straight TM? Yandere Neko, Wolfire 56. West Kane, Rem is too kind. Just wipe all of Naruto. I mean, it'd be a more reasonable solution. I will note, you all have asked for the trilogy, and a bonus episode will be coming. All right, I'm working on it. I'm almost done with 1 out of 3. There are some substantial changes, but it's still Naruto. It's still Naruto. That's the challenge. It has to stay Naruto, but...
That is going to be the thing that is going to be the hardest thing for you to actually convince people on.
Look, am I eliminating like 50% of the characters? Sure. Needed. If not more, frankly.
I would argue more, because like it's 700 chapters and there's
2 main leaf getting teams that matter now. All right? We've we've radically reduced those numbers. So
do we get to know which 2 just as a sneak peek? I mean, obviously one of them's Naruto's team.
All right, well, here, let me tell you. So Kakashi's team, right?
Yeah.
And the other one, Shikamaru's team. Oh, curious. What am I doing with that? You'll find out. Shikamaru's team. Yeah, whatever the fuck.
My favorite character?
Yeah, he's as a little taste of one of the changes, he's going to be in charge of a team.
Oh, I see. Fascinating.
Yeah. It felt appropriate, and let's face it, Shikamaru is more relevant than
Maru.
the other leaders who I don't even know the names of. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong right now, Shaun.
Well, I mean, you have his leader that was relevant for his character growth more than anything.
Yeah. See, it's just easier this way. Anyway, we need a separate podcast just here. Remington's Terrible Movie Opinions, Watching Requiem for Spoon and 0.5 Speed, Variant, Titan CNH. This week's identity pitch, the Patreon employee fucking up the exporting name system. It was Shaun all along. The greatest betrayal.
Uh-huh.
The wheel is rolling towards the Mirai Nikki revisit. The Susanator, the Danish Viking will conquer the world with Ornor Zoro as my navigator. Turban, Tech Turtle, Super Zoo, Steven Universe will take away all of the ill will. Stacy's mom, Sparcy the unbiblically accurate angel. There's just something pleasant about that. Shaun, please put Rem in the jar. I'm getting bored of Judy. Shaun wants to give Spoon Man a thank and yank. Shaun's dick so long I can lick the tip and enjoy a moons over my hammy while he fists Rem in the parking lot. I wish people didn't.
I think it was okay for Patreon to cut off names now. I think
even that, I want to know, even that one's cut off. Along with the next one, they're still cut off?
There is a character limit. We know that.
Yeah, there's still a character limit, even when we export these, to be clear. I think what really makes that is Moons Over Miami, specifically referencing a very particular dish at Denny's. So that's fun. Shaun ruined my Hampshire life when he simmed for one too many VTubers, and now the rat fuckers have arrived at his door with fuck.
The rat fuckers?
I assume it's a VTuber thing. Shaun, I assume you'd know better than I.
No, sorry.
I don't know shit about VTubing rat fucking. I don't know. I
genuinely,
don't know that.
I blacked out for the first half of that name, and all I heard was rat fuckers, and at my door I was like, wait, what? Wait, what?
Signing up Red Pill Rollins email on websites until we get 2 seasons cookies. Shaun, Red Pill, Bill Funter, talking about Girl Lovin' Rollins, Sarah from the Shark Plushie, sentenced to be a podcast host, Ryan Moody, Remington is right. Remington and Shaun are my favorite closeted Mormon couple. Rem, what do you think of Magic the Gathering? Rem was completely right this episode, Shaun. Rem uses the drums of liberation to free all weeps from bad anime. Rem doesn't completely hate my favorite shows. Rem cooks up his version Food War style in my me. That one shouldn't be cut off, but it is, I think. Who knows? Red Pill Rollins calling trans Shaun slurs for pride. Red Pill Rollins versus the Alabama in a basketball 1v1 win. Rakugo, nah, give me Shonen style series about podcasting instead. I would be like, how'd you know? But it's just because we're delayed.
Oh no, they caught us at an awkward time in our lives.
Also, I'm gonna love it. There's especially with the vast majority of podcasts, including ours, there's just not enough artistry to make a Shonen style series about it. Even jokingly, you could get 3 short form episodes max.
Mm-hmm. And what, the ultimate villain is Joe Rogan or something?
And then, well, no, we wouldn't even be able to get that far.
No,
is the thing. The joke would wear thin far too quickly. Professor Fox, pro tips out of context is run out of things supposed. Miss Shauna Rollins, the people want to know, what is it like being trans and living in Utah, and why do you promote suicide on... I've seen the clips, ladies and gentlemen.
Look up Persona 3. That'll explain everything.
I've seen the clips, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't promote suicide. I feel like I shouldn't have to say that, but it's true, I don't.
Moving to Utah has been weird. A transgender gender in Georgia, El Pollo Loco, told me I was very articulate for a black man. Oh my god! Fucking wrap it up. It ain't getting better than that.
Oh my god!
It's got it all. It's got it all.
Oh no!
Beautifully crafted, magnificent. Couldn't ask for better. That we get a lot of good names. When that one's probably the best of the week. Mitsuka has acquired an arcane mystical World Cup relic of enormous power. It's called let's play a game. Oh, okay. I was expecting it to be a little bit Vuvuzela.
Isn't that an instrument?
Yep.
Like that's the thing that they blow at like soccer matches, yeah?
Yeah.
The big
yeah, I was looking at it and I was like, oh fuck, let's not fuck up the pronunciation. But then it was just
what it looks like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mom wants to thank you all for being awesome. Macaroni Cheeseha. Lucky Stars the King of Bowie. Link Joe Girl. Less than 9 weeks till I give birth. Lidnerd 98. King Ritrock. Cassidy. Josh D. John Akron Cena. Jax, Jamheads, Jake Dent, Ixamarai, Ishan single due to micro appendage. I'm still Perseus, and at 16 I loved SAO, but at 23, sad face. I, Remington, really want to watch more Sword Art. I'm just here for the vibes. I want a Marvel movie starring Shaun and Spider-Man, and Remington is Big Wheel. I upgraded my Patreon membership for Mira and Nikki. I don't think Mr. Chaser should host Pride Month. I can't believe I made an account for this. Help, I dared to be stupid, and now a chipmunk is eating my ass. I'm allergic to nuts. I also eat corn the long way. Not relevant, by the way. Help. Have you considered arson? Hattori Seiki, Gripin, G-Bottom aka Bad Trap Rem, hear me out, you kick Shaun in the nuts and post a video on Patreon and I will cash app you $20. It's a good offer. It's a good offer.
Don't submit to such a lowball offer for that.
It's a good offer. Fern the Fern. Farmer Weeb's Patreon name for last week is my secret Bitcoin account number and password. Excuse me, that lolly is at least 500 years old, Shaun. Erica McCorkle, entry 1, I break Patreon so it didn't show the whole name, you peasants. Just got scammed. Hashtag capitalism, hashtag backup forever.
Maybe truncating the names isn't the worst idea ever. It's...
Dylan's voice makes me come. Danielle Riot, Daddy Rub told me bedtime story about Shaun's nut. Caldarius, crypt update, we fell off, will change on my return. Code Goose, Patreon Rebellion, 6 months early. Chuck Burnett, I regret to inform you guys the patrons might be funnier than you, sorry. I think they're slightly less consistent, but I mean, at their peak, it's undeniable. Cheese Monkey, Chainsmoker Cat has be released. Rock hard for you dudes, just show him Code Geese, man. Bounced on my Red Pill Rollins dick to this week's bad anime for hours. Blarf, Bendokato, Anime Slimes, Amazing Muffin, Aishigaji, a grimoire that makes you last longer by 6.7%. Politely wonders what Rem's fave Star Wars film is. I got bad fucking news
He's
for
never
you.
seen any of them.
I think they showed one in a class in school for some reason.
If I had to guess, he might enjoy Rogue One because, that's the
because I like to consider myself a bit of a Rogue One.
Well, more so that there's consequences for the characters in the story rather than
in contrast to everything else where there's not.
Yeah, there are consequences for all the characters in the other stories, but it's definitely old school space fantasy rather than, oh hey, we're making a story about what happens before just before the original stories with a bunch of characters.
I do know
you don't
that
recognize.
Somehow Palpatine returns.
Oh man, is it bad? Is it real fucking bad?
Anyway, now we move on to the Boy Wizard here. What are they going to get this week, Shaun?
I have been Googling for the past 10 minutes just trying to find a simple ass list of short Rakugo stories. And
I had some pulled up because I was going to riff off of that. One sec.
Perfect.
See, I'm helpful because I was going to riff off of that much more, but I also didn't find them in just a nice simple list.
And the fact that this is just a list of the ones performed in Akane-Banashi from over 2 years ago is very funny.
Yeah. On that list we have Umbrasite.
Carpenter Research.
Truckoon Operator number 42.
Shibahama.
Triangle Warlock.
Sorry, not all the quotations are stories. Manju Scary.
The Wheel of Ka keeps turning.
Koya.
That Mouse Girl.
Kohome.
Sporadic Silver.
Sorry. Sampo Ichiro Riolas. God, the translation on this site is so janky. It's gonna tell you that right now.
Yes. Sound Secondary.
Fall.
Sammy K is here to remind you of the secret third option.
Jugumo.
Roscoe.
Imado no Fa.
Rem, what is your opinion on Iron Lung?
Falling Out of Temper.
Rem is now fully and or coolly.
Shibahama again.
Paracells, WWE question of the month. Who's your favorite commentator, guest, or otherwise my answer, good old JR, and Booker T is a close second.
How'd you feel about a second Jugumo?
Miguel Delion.
Sango Jigo.
Johnny Guilty Gear Alucard.
Hirabayashi.
Dominai Dragon, it will red pill even Rem.
Man, the translation of this doesn't sound great. T pumping.
Carver 271.
Carpenter Research again.
Figure Kumiko thinks Hiyuko will make Rem say Watashi Kini Nari Misu.
Embodiment.
Beethoven 1201.
The Death of Toyoshika.
Tums.
Mugen.
Allfather 413.
Kagemi.
And Akanon.
Gustful Moxie Bustian. I'm going to tell you right now, if you try to Google half these, you're going to get fucking nothing, so good luck.
Good luck, fuckers! Now we move on to the inappropriate Joey Wheeler tier, where Shaun will assign you any story in the fucking universe, or even just a title of a possible story, and I will tell you how that story holds a deep moral message for your life right now. On that list we have, when I think about you, I touch myself and leave disappointed. That's how I know Shaun is cis.
I'm sorry. I don't think I'll ever recover from that. You can have, you know what, since we're talking about it so much, you can have Star Wars.
And the moral lesson that you have to learn from that is, call your dad. You need to call your dad. You can't let shit get too estranged.
You can't let your dad kill all those younglings. Come on now.
Yeah, look, he gets lonely, he gets murderous. All I'm saying. Next up, we got Welcome to Anime Out of Context. Out of context. Insert horse penis audio clip.
I crave slurping a good long horse sausage. What? You can have Naruto.
And the moral you need is believe it, and by it we mean everything. You know the movie Yes Man, but you got to believe everything for a week. Just accept absolutely everything you hear and are told at face value, and go with it. Internalize that information.
Dark.
Next up we got follow Anime Out of Context on Blue Sky. Show Rem 2 seasons of Code Geass or your email superiortwig@gmail.com. Oobow.
Okay, so someone made 2 different Patreon accounts for that then. That's insane. Okay. Yeah. All right. You can have the amazing digital circus.
And the lesson that you need to learn is the internet's fucking wild, dude. That's the whole message. Just the internet's wild. That's what you need to internalize.
I mean, you're not wrong.
And last but not least, you got Azure Lane Akagi is best ship girl.
The only thing I really know about Azure Lane is that I unfortunately am the owner of an Enterprise Dakimakura, so that's not all that relevant. At least I think that's Azure Lane. It's the one where the girls have boats, I think. Yeah. Okay. The story that you're gonna have is... Nope, not gonna say that one. I was gonna say Schindler's List. And that...
All right, and the lesson you need to learn from Schindler's List is that money can solve all your problems.
Oh, no.
I think we can all agree that was the moral.
No. Oh, God.
Thank you all for tuning in. If you want to reach out for a comment, question, feedback, or recommendation, you can send an email over onto animeoutofcontext@gmail.com.
Sure you don't want a different story just in case?
No, I think it's a good moral.
I'm Shaun Rollins. That's my name. I don't know why I said that. Mostly because I was flabbergasted that you went with it. But once again, thank you guys all so much for tuning in. We love and appreciate you very, very much. And as always, don't fuck your sister.